Okay, so what if I told you that a simple mineral could totally change the way your body fights a serious disease? Today, we're going to dive into this really fascinating link between what's on your dinner plate, the tiny world inside your gut, and, believe it or not, your cancer risk.
So, let's just kick things off with a huge question. We're always hearing about some exotic new berry or a complex supplement. But what if one of the real keys to fighting something as major as cancer wasn't hiding in some rare, expensive superfood, but was actually something way more common, something you probably have in your kitchen right now?
All right, let's get right to it and uncover this surprising cancer fighter. The mineral we're zeroing in on is magnesium, and the latest research connects it directly to our risk for colorectal cancer. And look, this isn't just some wild guess. A recent, really big study found this powerful connection. It turns out, getting enough magnesium in your diet can actually change the environment in your gut, and that can significantly lower your risk of colorectal cancer. So, the big question is, how? How does it actually work? To really get how this works, we need to take a little trip right inside your gut. And I want you to think of it not just as a digestive tract, but as this massive, bustling, vibrant city. Now, this metropolis has a scientific name, of course, the gut microbiota. It is an absolutely incredible ecosystem made up of trillions of tiny microbes. We're talking bacteria, viruses, fungi, all living together. It's a really complex and dynamic place, and the health of this city is directly linked to your overall health. And just like any big city, it has all different kinds of citizens. You've got the helpful microbes, right? The good guys. They're doing all the heavy lifting, like strengthening your intestinal wall, making essential vitamins, and keeping inflammation in check. But you've also got some potentially harmful microbes that, if they get out of control, can start to cause real trouble and throw the whole city's balance way off.
And this is where our hero, Magnesium, enters the story. But it doesn't act like a police force or anything like that. It's more like a powerful resource that just changes the whole environment. Let's call it the magnesium fertilizer effect.
This analogy is just so simple and so powerful. Think of magnesium as a special kind of premium fertilizer just for your gut city. When you add it to the soil, it doesn't just feed everything randomly. Nope. It specifically helps the good citizens, those helpful microbes, to grow strong and just totally thrive. In fact, the research puts it this plainly. I'm quoting here, magnesium works like fertilizer for beneficial bacteria. I mean, it doesn't really get any clearer than that, does it? It's direct, powerful support that gives the good guys exactly what they need. What's really cool is the study even identified some of the specific good citizen bacteria that just flourish with more magnesium. And here's an interesting little twist. The boost for one of these key bacteria was found to be especially big in women. So, okay, magnesium fertilizes good bacteria, but how exactly does that lead to a lower cancer risk? Well, it turns out this is just the first step. It kicks off this powerful and amazing chain reaction throughout the body. It's this brilliant four-step process. First, you eat magnesium-rich foods. Simple enough. Second, that magnesium acts as the fertilizer, helping those good bacteria thrive. Third, and this is the critical link right here, these specific bacteria play a huge role in activating vitamin D in your body. And finally, step 4, those activated forms of vitamin D have been shown to actually slow the growth of tumor cells in the colon. It's just a beautiful biological pathway. That science is just incredible, right? But what does it actually mean for your daily life? How do you actually get this benefit? Well, let's talk about putting it on your plate. And the great news is you don't have to look very far. Magnesium is rich in all kinds of delicious whole foods. We're talking about things like nuts, seeds, whole grains, and of course, dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. These are the foods that deliver that powerful fertilizer right to your gut city. This all brings us to a much bigger takeaway. The message here is so clear. Food is not just about protein, fat, and carbs. It's about these incredible micronutrients, like magnesium, that are fueling the microscopic world inside you and have this profound impact on your long-term health.
Of course, while getting nutrients from your food is always the goal, we got to be practical. If for any reason you're thinking about supplementation, the responsible and really the only next step is to talk about it with your doctor to see if it's the right move for you. So, we've seen how one simple mineral can trigger this whole cascade of benefits, from fertilizing your gut bacteria to activating vitamins that fight disease. It kind of leaves us with a final, really fascinating question to think about. If magnesium can do all this, what other incredible health secrets are just hiding in the foods you eat every day?